assuming I want the content of this worksheet exactly as it is, I want to keep this one, and maybe I just want to continue working on a different version of this. What I could do is I could maybe, copy the entire data we have here. I will teach you later how to highlight better. So if I copy the entire data like this with Control C, well, I might manually just go to create a new worksheet, or maybe a new workbook somewhere, or maybe an open workbook, somewhere, right? Let's just use this new worksheet. Then I could come here and paste with Control V. Okay, now what I've just done now is not cool enough, right? So one way to do this, let me delete this one. So one way to do this better is, since I need the exact same thing is what I want, I could just right click on the worksheet right here. Then I'm going to select move or copy. Okay, now from move or copy, I'm going to see, which workbook do I want to copy it to. Now, because I want to copy it to this same workbook where I am, I can leave it as this, but this will always give you a drop down to show you, all the different workbooks that you have opened, right? Now, in the event where you need to take it to a new workbook entirely, you just need to select new workbook, right? And it's going to create a new workbook for you, with a copy of this worksheet that you see. Okay, now one very important thing you always have to remember to do is, because you are not really moving the data entirely, so you will need to always select this create a copy, right? Because if you don't select create a copy, what's going to happen is the data is going to move from this workbook to the new place you are copying to, right? Then you also have an option to select move to end, so that when it gets copied to the other side, it's not going to be the first worksheet, right? You could select where you want it to be. You could select that, okay, it should stay right here, or maybe it should go to the end of the workbook, right? So if I click OK now, because I'm pasting to this same current workbook, and I click OK, I'm going to have a copy of that data, right? So you see it with number 2. Okay, now this method I just showed you makes more sense if you are trying to copy to a different workbook entirely, right? Whereby when you right click this way and you select the move or copy, you will have to use this drop down to select a different workbook, right? So just to show you very quickly, I'm just going to press Control N so that I can, open a brand new workbook called Book 9. So if I go back here and I use my right click, move or copy, if I click on the drop down, you are going to see the Book 9 right there. Now, if I select the Book 9, I could let it drop exactly where sheet 1 is currently, or I could just select move to end so that it stays after sheet 1. Then I have to remember to select what's create a copy, because if I don't select create a copy, then I'm going to, have the entire worksheet move from this workbook to Book 9 workbook, right? So I have to click create a copy and then click OK. All right, now this is it right here inside Book 9, and it stays after worksheet 1, right? Now let's go and check out what's the cool way for you to do move or copy as long as you remain within the same workbook, right? So if you are right inside the same workbook and you need that same copy of data on a different worksheet, it doesn't make sense for you to use move or copy, because that would be a lot slower. So what you will do is, you will hold down Control key on your keyboard. Then you are going to drag out this worksheet. Just click on it and drag it out. You will see a file copy like this. Once you drag it outside, and then release your dragging and also release the Control key. Then you are simply going to have a copy of that data, or a copy of the worksheet as a new worksheet.